Hello friends, welcome back for another pregnancy update. I am filming in my daughter's room today as my husband is down making dinner right now with the kids. So I'm gonna quickly try and get this done before they might start crying and noticing that I'm gone. If you are new around here, my name is Sandy-Kaye and I enjoy making motherhood content here on YouTube as I'm figuring it out with my almost 3-year-old son and my 1-year-old daughter. I am now currently 38 weeks and 1 day pregnant and I cannot believe it. Start off with baby. Baby is about the size of a mini watermelon, measuring about 19 to 20 inches and 20 pounds. And that would be really bad. About 7 pounds in weight, which is crazy. That's getting up there. Baby's eyes right now are blue, gray, or brown, but as they are exposed to light, they can change color and shade. And by about 1 year old, you'll kind of know their true eye color. The lanugo, the little fine hair that covers their body, is starting to shed. It was once there to keep them warm, but now they are shedding it as they are getting prepared for delivery. Baby's lungs have strengthened and their vocal cords have now developed, and they're ready to give out a good cry when they are born. Before we dive into my symptoms, let's go over my prenatal appointments, which I have 2 to go over now that I am 2 weekly appointments. I had 1 in-person visit and 1 phone call visit, and so I did get my GBS result back and I am GBS negative, which is good, yay. And also baby's positioning was looking good. It's been kind of crazy that my midwife was saying that she's noticed with women that have babies closer together is that their labor time kind of cuts in half. So I had a 12-hour labor and then like a 7-hour labor, or 6 hour. So now she's thinking I'm gonna have like a 3.5 labor, which I kind of have had the inclination that it would kind of be a faster delivery, but 3.5 hours, that is pretty quick. Getting excited to just see how labor will start and how everything will unfold. Another thing my midwife was saying, I was just saying how I'm so comfortable in pregnancy, feeling blessed to still not feeling much pain or anything. And so I don't know if this baby's gonna come anytime soon. And she just said, well, this baby might catch you by surprise. For the phone call with my midwife, we kind of talked about placenta encapsulation, where you put your placenta in little capsules and take them by mouth in the postpartum period. But I have now decided not to do it after further looking into it, and I know there's benefits and a lot of women rave about it, but I was just thinking, like, I've loved my 2 postpartum journeys so far. I have a great milk supply and my mood has been pretty regulated, so I'm just gonna skip out on that. The thing I talked about with my midwife was the comfort measures that I really enjoyed in my last labor with my daughter, and I just love my midwife. She is the sweetest and so great about just listening and saying, oh yeah, whatever makes you comfortable will do. And I was mentioning how, like, even the washcloths didn't stay cold enough for my forehead, so how this time around it'd be nice to have ice. She's like, okay, I'll have ice in my freezer, no problem, because it is going to be at my midwife's house again like it was last time, as the birth center is not up and running yet. Let's go ahead and dive into my symptoms for this week. I have definitely been feeling baby's head lower. It was probably like 1 inch below my navel, and now I feel it like another inch or 2 down. And it has definitely been making me have to pee more often, and especially when I go from sitting to standing up, I notice just like the big weight and pressure on my bladder, and I'm just like having to hold my belly when I get up, and when I'm walking around just feeling more pressure. So no more like super long walks unless I'm close by home to have a little pee break. Earlier in the week I wrote down that I was having some anxiety about going into labor, as I wanted to get more freezer meals and things done at the house when my sister and mom came, and they did just come and leave today, and we got a ton of freezer meals. I counted like 26 dinners, and that's not even including the English muffins and breakfast quiches and some Aussie bites my mom bought. We made lactation cookies, and she bought some Uncrustables, so we have like lots of snacks and stuff for the postpartum period. So I am starting to feel a lot better about that. I also just feel like I am not done being pregnant. I'm still so comfortable in my body, and I feel like my bump does seem smaller than with my other babies, and I just still don't feel super pregnant. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good thing, but also I'm like, is that a bad thing? Because you hear the whole thing like women become uncomfortable at the end so that they'll want to just have their baby and go through the labor process, which can be, you know, laborious and difficult, and I'm not at that point yet. I definitely had a surge of energy this week and have been feeling really good. I was able to walk 4 miles to the park with my 2 kids and the little girl that I babysit for, and play there for a couple hours and then walk back home. The only problem was needing to go pee in that time period. But yeah, just having higher energy days, and I notice it kind of ebbs and flows. So I'll have like a really high energy day followed by a lower energy day and then higher energy again. It's kind of the pattern it seems to be doing, because when I do have energy, I've just been like expending it all, kind of going hard with nesting and just organizing. I did my son's closet and my daughter's closet, got it all organized, got all the diapers now put away. Again, I'm just so grateful that my mom and sister were able to come help me prep freezer meals when I just had to go to the house. Like, my sister did all the English muffins, prepped those with egg and sausage and cheese and pesto. They are going to be delicious. And she organized my pantry and watched the kids. It was just such a blessing to have them here, especially on those days where I was feeling a little lower energy. I felt like they were able to just take on more of the work for that day. As far as sleep, I have been sleeping really good still. I have been woken up the past few nights from my son or my daughter for various reasons, needing more water. His water bottle ran out for my son, and then my daughter was cold. But also I've noticed some insomnia, having a little bit harder time turning off my brain and just falling asleep at night. And then also when my son would wake me up, sometimes having a harder time than falling back asleep. Something pretty cool is that I for sure felt the baby having hiccups. I can't really recall in my other pregnancies if I knew for sure if the baby had hiccups or not. I think just because I'm moving around a lot during the day that I am not really paying attention to it, but I happened to be lying in bed getting ready to fall asleep, and I just felt on my right lower side just a rhythmic movement, and I knew since it was coming at like the same intervals that it was hiccups. And so I thought that was just so fun to experience. And I've also just been loving all the baby movements. This baby girl has been pushing out on both my sides, or I guess kicking out with her legs, and I just like push the limbs back in, and my stomach will just look so wide sometimes because she's just pushing out. And I was just taking a bath with my kids and her bum was just pushing up on one side, so my belly was all lopsided. So it's just so fun to experience a little human growing in your belly. It is such a special experience. Overall, how am I feeling emotionally? I've been feeling pretty excited to meet this little baby girl, getting super curious again just to her little features, if she's gonna look like her brother or sister or have her totally own look, what color her hair is gonna be, you know, what her nose, like just all of her little features. I'm so excited to meet her, get to know her personality more, and whenever I am feeling a little bit of anxiousness, find myself just going to nesting and just allowing myself to do as much nesting as I need to, and it kind of calms me down a little bit, I think, just to have one more thing organized in the house, a little bit less clutter. How have I been preparing for labor, birth, and postpartum? I am now drinking 2 cups of red raspberry leaf tea, where I just put 2 bags into 1 cup, really, just do a stronger cup, and then put it into some electrolyte powder mix with some ice, and that's how I've been loving to drink it, so I don't just chug it all at once, but sip it probably throughout an hour, and it just tastes delicious to me. My best moment this week would be having my younger sister and mom come to help. So appreciated that, and also enjoyed going for a solo run one morning. I was seriously just smiling like the whole time. And when I say a run, I would like run 1 minute and then I'd be like, okay, there's the baby's head, and I would walk for a minute and run for a minute, walk for a minute, and then I'd be able to run for 2 or 3 minutes, and then walk a couple minutes, and just kind of did a pattern like that. And another thing that was a good moment this week was going on a date with my husband. We went for a little snowy truck mountain drive for a little date and chat, and that was just so needed. We haven't had a solo date in a very long time. Last question is, what am I excited for? And that's just to have our house completely set up, ready for baby, cleaned, just ready to leave for my in-laws' house and just hunker down and wait for this baby girl. All right, guys, let's end off with a bump update, and then we'll let you guys get on your way. Here is my 38-week pregnant belly. It's looking huge right now. I feel like the baby is really pushing out. From the side, the front, there's the belly. Okay, just seeing my belly right there, it did seem so big, even though I was telling you a minute ago that my belly does not feel that big. Looking at the bump shot, I was like, holy smokes, my belly does look big. Anyway, we will catch you in the next update. Bye.